Got vision and destiny. Add elemental, that's chemistry. All those heroes, that's infinity. It's endgame. That's
Yugi peoples, welcome to the commentary. All right, so our first tournament with the new ban list finds us in the semifinals against Sinful Fire Kings, and yeah, I think this was like the third time we had faced this deck during the tournament, and yeah, it was just we were hoping to pull off another victory. Opening hand here was pretty good. No, we did draw the increase, and he gets ashed, but it's all good. We do have the Fusion Destiny, and we opened up with the Stratos as well, so it'd be pretty good for being able to go ahead and get our DPE with Plasma out there on the board. And yeah, I know I've done decks and stuff before without having the Fusion Destiny off in there, but it's one of those things where it's just like really better to have it than to not have it. And also, we also had the polymerization, so there wasn't another route. I think that's the route that we wanted to go because we had to go get the Ferris and do such things and such. So yeah, so we'll be able to have DPE, then a Floodgate and Plasma, and then we'll also have Ash as an interruption, which is pretty good. Typically I wouldn't say it's really good, but having floodgates and Yu-Gi-Oh are just unbelievable. Though you do have to be careful with the Fire Kings because the Kirin, I think it is, or no, what is it? The Garunix, when he comes back or something like that, he's like pretty. He can be pretty big. Is it Garunix or Well, you got to really worry about both of them because one of them's gonna pop something, the other one gets really, really big, and yeah, it's like even sometimes the DPE doesn't have enough heroes in the graveyard like right now to be able to counteract that. But yeah, he starts off with Prosperity, then you got the little 1-star Fire Tuner there. He's just gotta be kind of careful with the way things are. He's gonna try to ram that little guy to trigger his Fire King. And yeah, we had the Ash for the island, which is really good also. But yeah, he goes ahead and rams that little guy so he can be able to special summon the Garunix. And he's trying to destroy something big enough, or destroy something to make it big enough to be able to attack over this plasma with his boost on there. And so we look to the graveyard to see what the attack and damage and everything of it is. And without enough heroes in the graveyard, like, it's a pretty significant attack boost. I believe that it was enough for him to be able to get over the plasma. So what I end up doing is doing the 2 birds with 1 stone. We're going to use DPE to pop the field spell, that way the monster dies as well. And yeah, that way, like I said, instead of just killing the monster, we got rid of the field spell also. So do keep that in mind when you're playing against this deck. Don't forget that destroying the Fire King Island destroys their monsters. And yeah, coming back to my turn during the standby phase, special summon back DPE. And then during the main phase, proceed to doing denier things. Since I didn't have to use denier during my turn, we're able to, just go into this turn. We're going to go get Stratos with our Cross Crusader effect. We're going to go grab our Liquid Soldier. And, we're just going to continue to take our turn as normal here since I'm not too sure, like what hand traps and such he has or what he's doing. He goes ahead and ashes on my Infernal Rage, which will keep me, not on my Infernal Rage, but on my Infernal Devicer, which will keep me from being able to like really, really effectively make my Infernal Rage. So we go ahead and use the Liquid Soldier and the Infernal Devicer to go ahead and make our boy Sunrise. We're gonna go get that Miracle Fusion, and yeah, we're gonna be able to just bring an end to this game with all that attack power and such that we have on the board. And I just wanted to make sure that we have enough to kill him. And yeah, we have enough damage, but when we attempt to try to enter the battle phase, he ends up activating Kirin from hand, which triggers the Garunix and triggers the Eravara. I think that's his name. That allows him to special summon the Barong from grave, and then also Granunix, and then the Ponix. I'm not sure what those card things names are and stuff, but yeah, but at least we'll be able to get some attack boost here for our plasma, and we haven't activated our miracle fusion yet, so we're going to be able to make our boy Big Chill. And yeah, it's kind of weird summoning destruction monsters against a deck that wants to destroy their monsters, but yeah, so ends up being all good. We use the Ab-Zero there to clear his board by linking into Wonder Driver, and then we proceed to go into the battle phase. And you know, I think I should have did a little bit more damage calculation before we went into this game. No, I guess it ended up being enough. But yeah, so we go ahead and take game 1 against Sinful Fire Kings, and you know, it's just was it the hand wasn't, or I guess our inboard, you know, actually seemed like it ended up being pretty good, since we had the Fusion Destiny in hand to combat the Ash on our increase. And yeah, just plasma in general, you know, Floodgates, whether it be plasma or whether it be Dark Law, you know, it's going to be pretty good, and it's going to help us be able to win games. I think just like the main thing there is just like you know, making sure that your opponent doesn't clear that plasma, which can be pretty tough though. But with him there to negate Grunix's effect, because I believe Grunix is the one that like destroys something, and then like, or like when it's something gets destroyed, I don't know, they have some effect that comes back and he's able to pop and destroy something. So you don't want to let that happen if at all possible, because yeah. And then also you got to be careful with the quick play spell that they have that allows them to destroy a whole bunch of monsters. And during this tournament, I also found out that it doesn't have to, like, say for instance, they just destroy one of their Fire King monsters, and they target one of their Fire King monsters and your monster, and then you chain like DP or something, you know, to destroy their monster. The card still attempts to resolve as much as possible. So yeah, do be aware of that. It does suck because it's just like, it's not a easy card for us to counter, it being quick play. And then like I said, since it only like targets on activation, I guess it doesn't for some reason need all the targets to be there in order to resolve. It just tries to resolve itself as much as possible. But yeah, going into game 2 here, of course, our opponent will decide to go first. They start off with the continuous spell, the field spell. They got the what is that? Is that Garunix there? And I do believe, you know, like Karen, they got the 1-star, the Barong, and there goes the Sinful lady. And let's see what she's gonna bring out. Another Ponix thing. Oh well, this would allow him to go get the card that I was talking about, the quick play destruction card. And yeah, so it's like going into, you know, our turn here, we're going to have a couple things to play through, to worry about. We got to worry about him trying to exceed summon on our turn. We also have to worry about the quick play card. Then we got to worry about Garunix coming back, or yeah, to be able to pop stuff. And yeah, and then not only that, I think he has the one on the board that negates spells and traps also. But since he activated a bunch of stuff during a standby phase, we're able to start our turn off here with triple tactics thrust, which I feel like is going to be really, really strong in the sideboard or the main deck, you know, this format, mostly because like I said, they activate a lot of their stuff during the standby phase, so it makes it easily activatable. We activate a Hero Lives. He still doesn't use the spell and trap negate, so we go ahead and grab our mass change so that we'll be able to, you know, get Dark Law out here on the board when he starts trying to do Fire King things. I think like the main thing was trying to get rid of the effect of that guy over there that negates spells and traps. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon out our Vion, and we're going to activate his effect to try to send a hero from deck to grave. He's going to allow it to happen. We go ahead and drop the Mally here, which I know is a really, really weird choice, but we already special summoned out the Shadow Mist, so you know there's no point in dropping it. We're gonna go ahead and banish the Mally to special summon another one to the board. And I think just like the main thing here is that I'm trying to keep that I'm trying to keep a what is it? I'm trying to keep whatchamacallit out on the board. I'm trying to keep a dark out there on the board. And yeah, he goes ahead and negates the polymerization. So we go ahead and go into our next plan. We go into Cross Crusader, special summon Mally, and then he's going to use the quick play card to go ahead and destroy them before Cross Crusader gets the ability to be able to tribute to add. Then we're going to go ahead and use our Vions effect to activate polymerization, and the polymerization with the denier that we have in hand and Mally on the board, we're able to get our boy DPE out there on the board. And like I said, just like the whole goal of this one right now was to keep dark on the board that's not DPE, hopefully to be able to keep this mass change alive that we have down here. So yeah, we go ahead and try to link those two guys off. And we're just trying to figure out like if we can get enough damage out here on the board in order to kill him this turn. And you know, so we go ahead and summon out the Wonder Driver here. And we haven't used our deniers effect and such, but we're gonna go ahead and I think we did, maybe we did, but we're gonna banish the Mally, special summon Mally, and you see I avoided special summoning him into the Wonder Driver zone because it's not polymerization that I want to set back to the board, it's actually this mass change that I want to be able to set back to the board. So we don't summon him, and you know, I was just like really thinking going for game here, but then also at the same time, you know, we are in the pre-side match, and yeah, part of the match, and we end up getting nibbed. And this is the main reason why I didn't want to use that Fusion Destiny or try to go for game. As you can see, I tried to enter the battle phase, but now main phase, still in main phase, going back to main phase, we're going to be able to activate this Fusion Destiny, and we'll be able to get our Destiny Hero Dangerous out there to the board. I was trying to see like what the requirements were exactly, so we're forced to send this Plasma and our Increase to get them out there on the board, because I really don't want to have to mass change my DPE in order to get Darklight out of the board, but I really wanted to try to get the double mass change if I could. And so now I'm thinking, you know, he possibly still has Karen in hand, so we proceed to end phase. He allowed end phase to happen, and during the end phase I go ahead and activate that mass change. I just wanted to keep it in hand in case he was going to try to do Fire King stuff but yeah, he didn't have anything. He tries to attack over my Dark Law with his nib, and yeah, it's just like one of the things, you know, I always kind of figure, and you know, especially this being the second game, he knows exactly what DPE does, but you know, whenever my opponents go to attacking things, I just tell them okay, and you know, as they do it multiple times, and I, you know, okay, and you know, until they realize like what's going on. So yeah, that's kind of what happened there. He tried to use the Nibiru to attack over the Dark Law, but fortunately, you know, DPE's attack reduction is enough to make our mass hero Dark Law survive. And now he's just like in a really bad position because, you know, last game he had to worry about the Floodgate and Plasma. This game he has to worry about the Floodgate and Dark Law, in which Dark Law is like, you know, it feels 10 times better against this deck. And yeah, here comes Garunic stuff along with I don't know what that card's name is. We'll just call him the little fire guy. But yeah, with the little fire guy there, and you know, we haven't used DPE's effect yet or anything like that. So I think like one of the keynote things to remember is that, like, you know, I can blow up his Fire King Island and blow up, you know, like all his monsters. But this is like where one of the positions ends up being crazy. But yeah, I think like with the attack reduction, he's trying to figure out if there is something he can destroy that would be strong enough for him to be able to attack over the Dark Law, but he wouldn't be able to do it, so he ends up attacking over the Nib token instead. Here comes the Kieran, I believe. And yeah, I'm just checking to see like what happens. And since he's got those 3 monsters out there on the board, I know the XYZ could be possible. So we're going to go ahead and use DPE's effect, destroy himself and the Fire King Island in order to destroy his entire board. And yeah, with that move right there, that will be game. And that was my semifinal match against Sinful Fire Kings. Appreciate everybody for staying a while to listen, and I will catch y'all in the next video.
My wingman, he come through, he level up, he go cool, he's shining out and popping to over 9K. That's a breakthrough. Be on top now. Here's a look at our world.